What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. First day back at school today, so I was up and at 'em early. I am a morning person, and I have been chugging on this coffee this morning. If you haven't been able to tell, I love things that say things. Anyways, just kind of like the market, right? I like it when it tells you what it's going to do, and it will always tell you what it's going to do. Sometimes it's telling you that it's going to hang out for a while, it's slowing down, it's boring, doesn't have a lot of information to give you. And other times it is just flying through everything. So today was very interesting. I did miss out on this morning, but there was a huge drop, and that took us from areas to areas. Now, something that is going on right now that is really awesome is the fact that we had reached all these highs. And let's go ahead and look at that really quick. I'll pull up one of my bigger charts so we can look at that, even though we do look at it during the video. So let's look at the 10,946 here, and you can see that we continuously were reaching these areas of support and resistance, which we really got into discussing yesterday. And we could never get back and reach the high that we had that was our highest of highs. I believe it was around 2890. And a lot of the indicators on the daily chart and things of that nature were just showing lower and lower prices and MACDs. And it really did have a struggle to the upside. And you can see when it's been dropping lately, those drops have been huge and quick. So whenever this was all happening, there's lots of movements to be made. There's lots of information here. You can take the longs, you can take the shorts. And once it got to this area and broke through and pulled back, man, it was just home free. So there were a lot of opportunities this morning. I didn't get to sit down because Wednesdays are usually my pretty busy day. Here's the one trade that I took for today. The breakthrough to the downside. We had this strong move down. It pulled back up above everything and pulled back in and gave a great area for the trade. Now, I did see, I always let my first target get hit. Sometimes in the past I've moved it, but I like to secure that 2 points. The next one is more for fun. And so you'll see that we move the risk down throughout the trade and we look for the exit. And as soon as the exit comes, I don't wait for it to pull back a lot of times, because when we're at a very strong area and there's lots of space to go where it can pull back, then we want to be a little bit more cautious, because that can equal a giant pullback like we can see happened here. Look at what happened. It pulled back up, and yes, it moved way hard to the upside. Did we have opportunities to take longs here? Absolutely we did. By this time, I'm not even looking at the market anymore. And now that it's pulled through, let's see here. This may even continue pushing down, but we're kind of in this rock and a hard place. But I'm done for the day. I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish. I'm always trying to make things better for y'all so that whenever you're in the learning process, that you can really begin to see and understand and make these trades the same way that I'm doing. And here we go. We had the pullback, the push through, and it's right back into that support area. So we'll have to see if this is going to break or if this is going to hold. But I won't see this till later on tonight or till tomorrow, because guess what? The reason I do this is so that I can have the time and the freedom to do the things that I want. I like to be in charge of my life. I don't like anybody telling me when and where I need to be places. I like to make those decisions on my own. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. That's why I do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I'm going to get this uploaded. This is an early video for me today. Woo-woo. And I think I need to slow down on the coffee, but when it's good, y'all. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their week. I don't know that I'll be trading the rest of this week. I have a lot of projects that I want to work on, and I may come back to it. Hey, who knows? I may come back to it tomorrow. I may come back to it Friday, but I do know that I'll be back at it eventually. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Enjoy the video. Let me know what you think, and catch you on the profitable side. What's happening, good people? Sorry, I got a little bit of a late start today. Man, what a beautiful run to the downside. And this is still pushing down. Yeah. yeah, I don't see any reason for it to stop anytime soon. Really like the pullback here initially. I'm looking what happens when it comes down to the support area, but it's got a lot of strength down. Now we come right down to that support area we were at before that held, and doesn't look like we're going to have an issue. Ooh, let me move this puppy down a little bit more real quick. Let's just see what happens here. We're still showing quite a bit of strength here. Nothing showing a slowdown. Just to be on a little bit of the safe side, since we are at this area that held a couple of times, I'm going to move this support down a little bit, or move the stop. It's not in the right place. Where it needs to be is 2 ticks behind right here. But I'm not going to take any chances and lose anything on this if it decides to just turn around. I don't think it will. It looks like we're going to have a pretty good push down. Let me just really quickly see what kind of potential this could have. See, we're coming to an area now. If this goes down to the 100%, it's going to go all the way down here. Looking just a little bit of profit. All right, today this has been a busy morning for me. The kids got back to school today. Well, my daughter did. Yay! The lawn dudes were here. The house cleaning people are here. So it's a little busy this morning. Hence the little bit of a late start. And this is probably the only trade I will take today. So what could happen is it could pull back into this area and push down. But right now, it's not showing a lot of potential for that. Yeah, this is excellent. I love that we have some movement. It's beautiful. Where the risk is at right now, it can very easily be hit. So that's why I'm following this just a little close at the moment. It starts to pull back. It's looking pretty good still. I don't know that it'll go all the way down to where it's at down here, but I'm just gonna watch it. Pull it up to here just for now. It's got a lot of space between it, so it's a little hard to read everything. 100% is at 790. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. This reversal bar, the slowdown, it may still push down there. Yeah, I think it's going to. Man, it's moving so lovely. I kind of want to stick around a little bit. I got a lot of things I want to accomplish. So we're gonna call this a day. Okay, so basically what we had, and if we go back and look here, we had some weakness to the upside over the last few days. Still going up just weekly. And now we've had this lovely, lovely strong push to the downside. Now, if we look at something like our daily chart, we can see every time it goes up, and we've talked about this before, the struggle has been to the upside. It creates a lot of things saying that this is going to turn around, lots of divergences, things like that. Now, if we look in the overall, this is still an upside market, but right now it's having a really great potential for change. I mean, just look at this drop alone in today's BB. Now, by the end of the day, that BB could turn blue and come all the way up here, but it's a good indication as to what's happening here. We've pushed up against this area several times. We finally reached a very nice high here, and we couldn't reach it before. We've got lower pivots. We've got signals that these pivots are turning around. And so now what we have to see here, is it just going to pull back to this EMA and push up? It doesn't seem like it, because this EMA seems pretty weak. It doesn't really hold very often. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at this one really quick. We can see that we're starting to open these EMAs to the downside, which tells us strength and momentum. Let's look at where the last place, right in here, and it did go exceed past here. We've got a nice little support area down here. And like I said, I don't put these on in any fancy schmancy kind of way. I just look at where the majority of the closes are, just kind of having it in that general area. You can see it was a resistance here. Support, support, support. Time to drink water. And it pulled right back down to that support and bounced off pretty strongly. So we are getting close to that support area again. Are we just bouncing back and forth between these big areas? Hey, we might be, and if we do, it'll be amazing, because now we're going to have support and resistance areas to work with, to break through, to pull back to see strength and weaknesses at them, to understand what's going on. It's a little bit more difficult when it just keeps going up and creating new highs, because we don't know what's an official support and resistance until we pull back and bounce into it several times like we do right in here. So just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. If you've got any questions about what's going on here, definitely let me know. You can see here that support area is holding, gave us a nice bounce up, and even gave us an area to take a move back to the upside. But you know, when you're busy chit-chatting, it's a little hard to grab that. Yeah, and it may pull up right here and push back down. It's right back into the resistance area. That was once support. We've got strong EMAs down. So like I said, we're not fortune tellers. We just want to see what has the highest probability, what has the longest distance that it can push, and what is going to be a quick move. So that's going to wrap it up. It's a pretty quick one today. So I hope y'all have a great day, and we'll catch y'all later.